Well, it's I think a very good question. I think traditionally, OSS in BSS systems has been very much about taking care of operators' core business, communication and connectivity services. As things that we've been doing now as an industry for, 130 years or so. And it's all about maximizing the profitability of the basic core services and making them run in a smooth and efficient machinery. Where we are today, OSS BSS needs to transform, because we have a completely new society in front of us. It's a digital society. In Ericsson we call that a network society, where everything benefits from a connectivity connection will have a connection. And our vision is to really empower the individuals and the business to reach their full potential in such a society. Then OSS BSS has a new role, not only not taking care of the network and the core services operators has, but also to become the bridge to the new. And this is something we in Ericsson invest a lot in to make sure that happens. Well, yeah, the main benefits will be actually OSS BSS is not visible for the user, the individual user. Nobody knows there is such systems there, so they should be invisible. But the benefit will be that it will create a relevant experience for the user that is relevant for the individual. We know by our own studies, we have a specific organization here called Consumer Lab. Does detailed studies representing about 1 billion of the world's population on an annual basis on consumer behavior in a network society. What do they like? How do they act? How do they behave? What services do they use? And all of that tells us it has to be relevant, but also simple. It's a very complex world we live in. People are connected 24/7. I have my own Fitbit here that tracks my sleep. And so it becomes a very complicated for the individual. So OSS BSS is about to simplify that, make it seamless for the individual. I can shut off when I have to. I can have a full control of my subscription that I have with the operator. But also I can be able to let's say, choose the own services that I want to have and improve both my business life and my personal life. Yes, it does actually. I mean, since the new trends are out there, I mean, the Internet of Things, everything is getting connected from machine to the Internet of Things, our smart homes, smart cities, connected cars, connected electricity meters, everything is connected. So the operators and the mobile operators have a very fundamental role in making this happen. And then the OSS BSS is the glue in between. Big data is one of the really hot topics in that area. Not to be able to track all the data that exists in the network and make that available for the different applications and services I want to do to improve the customer experience of the individual, but also to take an example of a connected car or a connected smart meter. There's all the software in those meters. A connected car, I think I have 500 plus sensors. There's a lot of software in a car. Equally, there's a lot of software in a smart meter. And a challenge for an automotive OEM or a utility company is how to update all that software. And if I have mobile connectivity in the end, and it's in the back end, and it's about when is the most efficient time to make all the software updates, and what is the status of my meters and the sensors that I have. And that's a lot of data that needs to take place, and the operator can have a big role in that, and big data is part of that machinery. We see a completely different set of competitors now than we did 15 years ago. 15 years ago, Ericsson business was 75% hardware, 25% software and services. Now it's completely reversed. And that also means 10-15 years ago, our major competitors were network equipment vendors. Now our major competitors are ICT vendors. So the IT vendors and providers are meeting the network providers. Our advantage here is that we believe in mobility. We believe mobility will be a fundamental piece of our society. And our OSS and BSS, or our ICT stack, both from a software perspective and a competence perspective, our people and business that we have, our professional services, is very network near. We understand the network. So we can understand how to connect the applications, leveraging the network in the best way. We understand how to take the unique data from the network and make it available for the new services. I mean, the networks are evolving continuously, right? So, and it's very much driven by standardization. Now we have LTE is being launched, 5G is coming, network function virtualization, so the networks are, and the capabilities in the networks are being virtualized. So all of a sudden I can change the characteristics of a network and a network service chain in seconds. But then it takes very long time for many customers or operators to bring that to the market. Maybe it takes weeks, maybe even takes months. So the OSS BSS system also has to evolve. And that's why many of our customers right now, I think most of them are involved in different flavors of transforming their ICT environment, both from a technology perspective and from a way of working perspective. And the business cases are different flavors of business cases. You have the total cost of ownership. I mean, operators we see today, our customers are telling us that we want to have something that's pre-integrated. If we talk about OSS and BSS, they don't want to spend too much money on bringing different components together and then spend a lot of money when they want to create a new service, and it takes too long time. to have much more pre-integrated OSS BSS suite, catering for the telco specific needs, how they run their product life cycle, how they run their customer life cycle, how they handle their infrastructure life cycle. And we invest a lot in that to create such a pre-integrated suite, still yet modular. So I can start in a stepwise approach. Maybe my biggest problem is that I need to improve my charging and billing capabilities, moving from voice to mobile broadband type of business. That's one thing. Or maybe I need to address the digital services ecosystem, so I can move from people, my customers calling customer care or going to point of sale stores, now moving it over digital channels. Maybe that's the one. But I think there's, traditionally before it was a lot about total cost of ownership. My personal experience now is much more about time to market and market differentiating, much more business facing drivers and business cases for OSS BSS transformation as well. Hi, my name is Claes Cegrell. I work at Ericsson in our headquarters in Sweden, and I'm responsible for our OSS BSS portfolio, strategy and execution.